Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Jonathan, and welcome back to Money Talks, where I want to have a conversation about money and meet you where you are so that you can improve your budgeting, manage to pay off debt, or begin saving or investing. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the $3 trillion stimulus proposal, and I'm going to give you some information about the Mortgage Relief Act. If this is your first time joining me here on the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you will be notified every time I upload a new video. So before I get into the proposal details, I want to make sure I inform you that today is the last day. If you haven't already updated your direct deposit information on the IRS website, that link will actually come down. And understanding that this new proposal is kind of in transit and in progress and begin voting over the next few weeks, you may want to go ahead and make sure your information is as up to date as possible so that you won't have any issues should something be passed over the next few weeks. Now, up until now, there's been a lot of rhetoric about the direct stimulus package. So now we can kind of clear all the rhetoric, all the conversation, and start seeing what actually is this new bill and that they're looking to vote on. And the voting is looking to happen Friday. So the reason why they had to get it out yesterday was because they have to give a 72-hour notice before a vote can take place. So about the new direct stimulus, you'll be surprised by the initial fact that, hey, it's not $2,000. It is actually $1,200. And it mirrors, as far as the requirements, the same thing as the CARES Act did a few weeks ago. Now, take a deep breath. I know that's disappointing because up until now, we have been hearing, hey, it's going to be $2,000. Hey, it's going to be recurring for the next couple of months. And again, that's why I didn't really want to put out too many videos on this topic, just because I knew that information was going to change. And I didn't want to get anyone more upset because it's already a tense time. You want facts. You want to know, hey, what is really possible? What is likely going to happen? So right now, the bill is proposed $1,200. If you qualify for the $1,200 in the CARES Act, you will get $1,200 in this act. And if you got a prorated amount on the CARES Act, that's what you'll get this time. One of the differences in this stimulus package is the fact that if you have kids, you were getting $500 per kid for a family of three, up to a family of three. But this time it's actually $1,200 per child, up to the maximum of three. So a family of five could get about $6,000 maximum on this payout. A huge benefit for most people. The other good thing about this CARES Act is, or this stimulus package that they're looking to pass now, is it does clear up some of the holes that the CARES Act didn't quite cover when it was released. So one hole was the students, college students. If they actually qualify for the new stimulus, this one that's being voted on now, if they actually qualify for that $1,200, it will supersede the previous CARES Act, and they'll actually get both payments when the payout comes. So that instead of getting $1,200 for like a college student that didn't qualify before, they would actually get $2,400. People who have ITIN numbers, they would not qualify for a stimulus check. The only people who wouldn't qualify is if you don't have a Social Security number. The other piece is, what about the people who, when the checks were first distributed, you got child support coming, you got garnishments, you got even banks taking it. Well, now there's provisions written into this particular bill that protects that payment from being touched. So the goal is to really get this payment into American families' hands, to the people who need it. And again, when they were writing it before, it's such a rush. No one even thought about, hey, if this goes into a bank account and they owe a bank, they're going to take it. So at least I'm glad that part's being addressed during this particular stimulus. Now, another good piece of this $1 trillion stimulus package is the $600 payment for unemployment is actually being extended. It's no secret that unemployed people have been unemployment numbers have been increasing week over week over week. It's about 30 million now people that are unemployed. And then of that 30 million, there's about 10 million people who qualify for unemployment that can't even receive it. Well, this stimulus package go ahead and extends that $600 bonus that is being paid week by week to January 2021. So that should be helpful. But again, hopefully something will be done about the people who do qualify and are not receiving that payment right now. Lastly, there was information about the Rent Mortgage Relief Act. So up until now, nothing has been said too much about the Mortgage Relief Act. Well, in this stimulus, the Mortgage Relief Act proposal is for a forbearance or a deferment type forbearance up to May 2021. So it would start May this year, 2020, and go all the way to May 2021. That would allow you to have deferred payments up to that piece of time. So if you're in a financial hardship, you will be granted that forbearance throughout that time. The requirement for it is that you simply have to affirm your financial hardship, and there is specific wording in this bill to where that's all you have to affirm. But the fact is, they're not going to do like any type of financial requirement for you to do so. For people who are renting, and I'm sorry, just before I move on, there will be no fees or anything extra added on during that process. For people who are renting, they can't be evicted for that year's time frame. For people who are renting out, so the owners of those properties, they actually can get and qualify for that forbearance deferment period, where again, these payments will not be due at the end of that year. They will be tacked on to the end of the loan. So that kind of helps with that process. But these renters, these owners who are renting out, they won't have their payments due. But they also, if they take the forbearance and they're not taking that payment, they're not making that mortgage payment, they're disqualified from actually going to buy new property. So you don't get to have both ends of the stick where, hey, I want to take this money that I'm usually paying for my mortgage, and now I'm going to go buy me some discounted real estate that's going on in the market now, which is fair. So the other big piece that I saw was interesting is there's a provision written in the bill that the credit won't be affected should you decide to take this forbearance. So you get a year's worth of payments relief, and then that's tacked on to the end of your loan, as well as your credit won't be impacted, meaning if they say it's on forbearance into the credit file. And the reason why that's important is I recently saw a few people commenting where they took the forbearance for the mortgage piece and they saw their lender actually went in and wrote a note on their file and it deemed them 30, 40 points. So that kind of protects you in that scenario. I know this is still a little premature, still a little wet, but these are the big pieces of this document. It was an 1,800 page document. So I read all through it just to try to be able to concise down the information to bring it to you. So go ahead and give me a thumbs up for this video just for reading the 1,800 page document for you. The other thing is, one thing that I didn't see in this particular package was anything written for extension on the student loan. So I look for those conversations because we know that's been a big position of political, in the political arena, is the student loan, whether it's forgiveness, whether it's payments, whatever the case may be. So it's really important. I'm really interested to see what they're going to do because as we all know, that September 30th, that 0%, zero interest, no payment for this student loan payment is actually up. So I hope this information is helpful for you guys. Again, like the video, 1,800 pages. Can I get a like for that? Subscribe to the video. Those things actually help the channel. And let me know in the comments your thoughts on some of the changes that I've announced and any questions you may have. Appreciate you guys, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.